Welcome to Chosen Nation Sport. This is your boy Mujere, where it's just an ordinary guy discussing the beautiful game as I know it. Why you don't have to agree with me, you can have your own opinions. This is the beauty about soccer. Now let's dive straight into it. The MTN8 Semi Finals. Oh, 4 teams now are down to the last 2. It's gonna be Amazulu versus Orlando Pirates at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. Oh yeah, I know. I would leave say Moses Mabhida. Why Moses Mabhida every time it got the finals? I'm also puzzled. I'm also like, I'm not. I get why do always Moses Mabhida gets the final? I remember listening to Shoya Robert Marawa, and then they asked one of the SAFA or PSL executive, why do we always have to play finals with Moses Mabhida? And then they gave us a speech about Moses Mabhida is nice, it's tourist attraction, you can look at things. I mean, where in South Africa don't we have tourist attractions? Where in this beautiful land of ours you can just go there and not go sightseeing? I dare you to go there. I dare you to go anywhere around South Africa and not go sightseeing. I dare you. That for me was not an excuse. That for me was not a valid reason. And before we sidetrack, let's just get back into it. Let's get back into the game. MTN8 Mamelodi Sundowns versus Orlando Pirates at Polokwane Peter Mokaba Stadium. Oh, a spectacular review. So, I made it a point this week I need to get the name of Orlando Pirates coach, because I am impressed. I am impressed on how life has started for him, Orlando Pirates. I love how he set up his team. I love how his team is playing now. Jose Rivero, Orlando Pirates coach. For me, on the day, Mamelodi Sundowns, both legs, for me, they were poor, they were outplayed, they were outsmarted by Orlando Pirates. I am not sure if Jose did his research or this is homework on Mamelodi Sundowns, but he knows how to beat Mamelodi Sundowns. It was unfortunate at the first leg that Pirates couldn't score, but you could see they created enough chances to beat Mamelodi Sundowns. And on Saturday, we saw this guy, Jose, has really done his homework against Mamelodi Sundowns. He beat them at their own game. Pirates, for me, wanted it more than Mamelodi Sundowns. I am not sure what's happening at Sundowns, but what we are puzzled. What's happening at Sundowns? Sundowns, are they on a decline? Or do they have many players on the books? They don't even know who to play on which position. I'm still not sure we are going Sundowns. Seleng yo, what can man pule Seleng? Yo, what Seleng was leg. He was outstanding. Both legs, he was outstanding. We live in Antile Jali Asadala for the second leg. For me, he was the outstanding player. Erasmus obviously got on the score sheet, getting one over his former employees. For me, there's 2 players that were never mentioned, and because they were gonna be outshined or outlooked because of Seleng's brace and because of Erasmus, CBC and that at the back. Guys, you have to give them. They were very solid. Not forgetting Mponsana as well. He made some crucial saves. He made saves. So Pirates on the day, for me, each department they are Pirate was solid. I am not sure if they were so, but I'm giving them credit. I'm not gonna say it's because of Mamelodi Sundowns were poor. I'm giving them credit for Sundowns, for us to see Sundowns that they were poor. It means Pirates had to be outstanding. And for me, Jose Rivero, what a great job he's doing at Orlando Pirates. I've said this once and I'm gonna say it again. Orlando Pirates are the team to beat. Bolale Mamelodi Sundowns. Gavin said it before we all could see. Gavin said that Orlando Pirates for him are the team that's gonna challenge Mamelodi Sundowns. And now I do see what he meant. Now, this stats, I know a lot of Sundowns supporters wouldn't want to know this stats. Mamelodi Sundowns didn't score a goal in 2 games against Orlando Pirates. 2 legs, they failed to score a goal. And this is a team, in the past, they've been a bunch of 4, 6, 5, 3, but 2 games, they failed to score. I don't know what is happening in Koko Sundowns. A lot of supporters of Koko Sundowns were complaining, why did the 3 coaches play Mvala ahead of Andile Jali, the pride of joy of Matatiela? For me, it doesn't make sense as well. Andile Jali is one of the best midfielders that we have currently in the country. Why would you bench him? Because of in the first leg and Ndlondlo or Seleng Umutu Stefans. It doesn't take away the qualities that Andile Jali has. He could have controlled that midfield. Pirates were bossing Mamelodi Sundowns on midfielder. Mvala was not doing anything. Pirates were bossing the midfield. For the 3 coaches to take a decision how we're gonna bench Andile Jali, for me it was a bad mistake. I understand Domingo was maybe coming from injury, but for me, it could have made a difference as well. Second half, why not change it? It's broken. It's not working. Alende, Sarino, Zwani, they're not linking. For me, they're not. The chemistry hasn't yet isophyically to that extent. Isophyically, and I think they're trying to force it. And chemistry is something that you can't force. You can't force. I am not sure. There's rumors allegedly that Peter Shaulile, he's not injured, but he's on strike. There are rumors that say Peter Shaulile is not injured, he's on strike. But I am not sure if those rumors are true. But if they are, Mamelodi Sundowns need to sort this thing out as soon as possible, because they can see Hawasa Komokora, the goal scorer is not there, and it is visible. They were putting in crosses. Shalilo was not there. I saw there was a chance where I said, only if the Namibian striker was there, he was gonna score that chance. Unfortunately for Mamelodi Sundowns, 2 games, no goal against Orlando Pirates, and we just saw today the breaking news. Because of that defeat against Orlando Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns announces changes to the technical teams. Rulani Mokoena becomes head coach, Steve Kompela promoted to first team coach, and Mangoba Mniti becomes senior coach. This was from this was a tweet from SABC correspondent Super Journal. But in basic English, if y'all then as simple as Rulani has been Mangoba has been demoted, Steve Kompela and Rulani have been promoted. So Rulani Mokoena becomes the head coach of Mamelodi Sundowns. Steve Kompela becomes the first assistant coach of Rulani, and Mangoba becomes the second assistant coach. Mamelodi Sundowns. I don't know if that is gonna change how they go forward, how they're gonna play. But for me, I always thought Rulani was the coach because of how involved he is, how on the touchline he's always there. But we'll see how they change the way they play, the philosophy of the team, and if it will make an impact on the team as well. Because now Mamelodi Sundowns have been poor. They haven't been themselves. Let me not say they've been poor. They haven't been themselves. This is not the Mamelodi Sundowns that we know. Mamelodi Sundowns are easy. I know. Now I'm a KZF fan, but I don't want to face Mamelodi Sundowns anytime soon. I don't want to. But anyways, after level, the second semi-finals, Amazulu visits Kaizer Chiefs at Moses Mabhida Stadium, and 0-0 scoreline on the day. I don't wanna lie, man. Amazulu came to play Katazilela. It's unfortunate that they didn't score, but they created, I think, 4 or 5 chances first half. George Maluleka on the day was exceptional. You can see what a great midfielder he is. Hence, he won the man of the match. Mamelodi Sundowns, he was lucky to get out of Mamelodi Sundowns before career high profile. Mamelodi Sundowns almost ruined career George Maluleka, but you could see yesterday the quality that he has. They missed like 4 chances. They could have buried the game. Got the first half. Amazulu. Kaizer Chiefs didn't create enough goal scoring chances. You would swear they had their away goal advantage. They had 0 shots on target the whole match. The whole match, 0 shots on target. Are you telling me that is a team that was chasing a game because they needed to win, they needed to score in order for them to have a chance? But 0 shots on target, 0. There was a clip. I'm sure everyone has seen it. Where Dr. Kumar is saying, there's in this current crop of players, Babalingo Kaizer Chiefs. How that player that can like an individual that can have an individual performance like Abu Jabu Makang, with Dr. Kumalo, with Sheikh Skuze, with Simpiwe Chabala. There's no player individually can pick up the team and an individual brilliance and win the game for Chiefs. There's no player. For me, come Kaizer Chiefs, there's a few who deserve to wear that Kaizer Chiefs jersey. The rest are just there to collect chelete. They are just there on Europa, Dr. Kaizer Mdaum. Simple. Simple. Let know I am still okay. Let me leave it there. There's a tweet I saw, but Zwane must do the honorable thing. When you lose on Saturday, if you really care about Kaizer Chiefs, you'll accept that you're not the man to lead us forward. Tell me what you think about that. If you lose Saturday is a big game. It's the Soweto Derby, but we'll do the review on Friday. It's the Soweto Derby. They say if you lose, do the right thing. Just resign. This is what he said after match. He said, surely they must have seen that the boys tried their level best. Yes, we all disappointed that we did not win this game and go through to the final, but at the end of the day, there's nothing we can change now. That's what Zwane said. The boys did their level best. 0 shots on target. Is that what you call level best? Having 0 shots on target? Come on, guys. Let's move on. Because you can't say people did their best, but their best is to have 0 shots on target. No. Let's go to the EPL results before. Let's go to the EPL. Manchester United versus Chelsea. Stamford Bridge. Yes. What a game we saw for Stamford Bridge. I think Eric Ten Hag now is putting back the respect that Manchester United once had. He's putting the fear in teams about this Manchester United team. Because before the season, if we had gone down, got that goal earlier, the penalty, the questionable penalty that Chelsea had, we will never go back. We will never win or we will never draw that game. We won't have that fighting spirit to go and get that equalizer if it was last season or the year before that or the year before that. I'm saying for the first time in years, Manchester United, it's playing like a team. Manchester United players are playing their hearts out. You saw what that goal meant to everyone. You saw how they celebrated. The Casemiro goal, they celebrated like we won. And that's what you need from a team. And a lot of people will make fun of us and say, look at them celebrating a draw. But that draw for us means actually a win. Because we could come back from a 1-0 down, score on the 87th minute, a questionable penalty, and come back and score in almost the last minute, last kick of the game. Fake time, if you remember. Fake time. For me, I would take that as a win. And against a Chelsea team that we are also fighting, both of us are fighting into getting into the top 4. For me, I will take that as a win. Say what you say, I will take that as a win. But Manchester United were on top the first half. They were bossing the game. They created a chance. We should have scored 2 or 3 goals. That's why I'm saying we need a number 9. Rashford is not a number 9. That is why in that situation, Sa Ronaldo some quality because of those chances that Rashford scored. So okay, fine. People would say Rashford gets those chances because of the runs he made. So Ronaldo won't get them, but we will never know until he's there. We will never know until he's in the team that he will not get those as many chances as Rashford gets. But we could have scored 3 goals. But what I love about Potter, this is what I love about managers. This is what I want or I love if a manager does this. Graham Potter saw in the 35th minute, that he's losing the game in the middle of the park. He saw. He didn't wait for halftime. He could have just waited 15 minutes and went to the break and then made the sub. But he made a decisive substitution. 35 minutes, Quagliarella out. He brought in Kovacic. And from then on, Chelsea started to compete. It was a game again. Chelsea started to create chances for their front three. They played because now the midfield had an extra person. Manchester United were dominating him in the midfield. He made a tactical change to take out Corral and put another midfield, which is Kovacic, in the middle of the park. And Chelsea started to compete. They started to create chances. They started going forward. Hence the penalty, the questionable penalty. That's what I'm saying. VAR again took the spotlight instead of the game. But having said that, McTominay should never, ever do that. We're in the last stages of the game, and when our feet on Hakamoto, come on, VAR, Kamarale Pokoto. Come on, McTominay. No, you mustn't do that. You must never do that. For me, it was a penalty, but it was a soft one. Gabriel Jesus, Sunday, Bamuswirlen. And it was not given as a penalty. You can see the inconsistency of VAR. The first day they give this decision, the others they don't give it. So you can see there's inconsistency of VAR. And as I said before, VAR was meant for us not to be having arguments, but instead, it very high. It's very high. It's very high. But for me, Manchester United, on the day they played, as I'm saying, Eric Ten Hag is starting to bring back the respect. He's starting to bring back the fear, the teamwork, we never give up mentality. We go until the fat lady sings. If it's not over until it's over. That for me, that's what I love about Ten Hag, what he's doing to this team. And he's bringing a competitive mood, or if you don't perform next match, you're sitting on the bench. That's what he's doing. If you don't perform next match, you're on the bench. Simple. And that makes a player more hungry because of why he's already, if I don't perform, I'm sitting on the bench. And the bench players as well, they are hungry because of what? Because of they know if I am not playing, if I don't perform, I'm going to sit on the bench. And they get hungry. And if I get a chance, that's a chance they go crack. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it wisely. And they do that. Look at Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is an example of that. He started on the bench and now he's performing. And now he's starting the games. Malaysia is waiting for his 10 lane. While he's motivated to go in any chance he's going to get, he's going to grab it with both hands. And that's what you want from your team. You want your starting lineup motivated. You want your bench players motivated. Everyone in the team must compete with themselves in order for us to move forward. And for me, that is what makes a team successful. For me, Liverpool went down 1-0 to Northern Forest. Like you see, this club is now becoming the new Manchester United. This week he wins, the next week he doesn't. Because everyone thought that after that victory they did against Manchester City, they would come guns blazing. They now about to gain momentum and now start to go up into the league table, but unfortunately they hit again a pothole in the name of Northern Forest. They were beaten 1-0. I don't know, Salah, Nunes, Firmino, like it's not working out at the moment for Klopp. What do you think? What do you think is going wrong for Klopp? Is the Sadio Mane effect that big? They can't play without him. Because I remember fighting Bazero Lamiz in Tanga. He used to be on the show as well. Guys, the decision that you guys took, your Rexa money, for me, it was the bad. bad choice. And he was obviously Wemela Liverpool and saying, no, Mane wanted to leave. But guys, you must show a player that you are wanted and give him what he wants. But do not make a player feel like he's the most important player in the team, like what they did to Mbappe. And Mbappe know the situation that is happening with PSG. Mbappe owns the team now. He feels like he owns the team. There was a video again over the weekend where he was making a run, Messi was having the ball, and Messi didn't pass him, and then Wangal. What nonsense is that? What nonsense is that? A 23-year-old. What future does he have if he's playing like that? What team is gonna want him? If sometimes these people are not handling outside. Like you saying you're doing this to spite your team or to spite your teammates, but unfortunately you're doing it to yourself. Because let's say, for example, you want to go to Real Madrid. Do you think Real Madrid would want you after you're doing that? Don't you think they're gonna think the same? Or if he wants to leave, he's gonna do the same to us? You mustn't do that. So Liverpool went down to Nottingham Forest. Will the top side be able to bounce back? We don't know. We'll see. They're back again. This midweek Champions League is back. Arsenal as well. They won. They drew 1-0. Guys, I wonder if you followed me Saturday when I made my predictions. You would be a millionaire today or 1,000 there. Because all my predictions that I made, they all went in. Remember, I told you Pirate will win. I said Pirate will win or Pirate and Sundowns over 1.5. It went in. I told you this for me at St. Mary's. Arsenal are going to lose points, and they did. They drew 1-1 with Southampton. Obviously, there were questionable decisions that were taken. A penalty, that's what I said. Gabriel Lamotswergamo boxing penalty was not given. VAR didn't think it was a foul. So you see, this VAR is not consistent. Newcastle versus Tottenham losing a third game in a row, second game in a row now. Again, a questionable decision that was taken where Colin Wilson, and then he scored. For me, it was a free kick. That was a foul. Letola Dama, he extended his hand. He extended his hand. You see, if he was like, if I play so, both hands in this chest to show that I'm getting out of the way, then I understood. But now he extended his hand and hold Lloris. And then VAR and the referee saw that is not a foul. Come on, guys. Then we need to take out the VAR. Because for me, it doesn't work. It suits others. It doesn't suit others. For me, no. I think we need to scrap the whole VAR. Just let Aston Villa side, we thought Gerrard got their first win. A 4-0 dropping. Yeah, Brentford. And we know Brentford on their day, they can be dangerous, but Aston Villa got 4 past them. Leicester City as well, in other result. Leicester City as well, 1-4 again as well. Fulham, 1-3-2. A great goal, a great game that was full of goals, 3-2. Before Gelabara, Rafael Varane injured, doubtful for the World Cup. The next 3 matches, Man United, before the World Cup, he won't play. So that partnership that he had in Martinez Kumara, the chemistry that they have, the back five now even distracted again because of an injury. Varane. But Varane, he's injury prone. I'm not like that injury came from nowhere. Narora ball only, he was clearing a ball, then he's got an injury. I think Barake and hamstring injury. So it will keep him out 3 to 4 weeks. So we're hoping for the best. We hope that he returns as soon as possible because we definitely gonna need him. Otherwise, right, Maguire. Now just a quick one. Champions League midweek action preview show. I'm just gonna go through the fixtures and get a pick up which one I want us to talk about. Red Bull Salzburg versus Chelsea, Sevilla versus Copenhagen, Benfica, Juventus, Borussia Dortmund, Manchester City, and the game BVB versus Manchester City at the Signal Iduna Park. Haaland returning to his former team. I'm hoping Jude Bellingham does what he's been doing. That boy has been on form in the middle of the park. I think he's been Dortmund's best player so far in the league. He's bossing the midfield. You could even see when they were playing Manchester City at the Etihad, or he was doing the same. But remember, Manchester City have got Bernardo Silva, they've got Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan to compete with. Jude Bellingham has to compete with that. And obviously the scoring machine up front, which is Erling Haaland, scored a brace this week for Manchester City because people thought, Haaland is not scoring. He scored a brace this week. So it's gonna be a nice game to watch. Borussia Dortmund versus Manchester City at the Signal Iduna Park. It's gonna be a good game to watch. Celtic versus Shakhtar Donetsk. Dynamo Zagreb versus AC Milan. Paris Saint-Germain versus Maccabi Haifa, the team that beat Juventus. Those were the surprise winners of the last, I think it's 2 match days back. Leipzig versus Real Madrid, another big game. For me, Madrid are on another level. I told you this before, that Ancelotti's Madrid, for me, is the most disciplined, most balanced squad that he has. It's a combination of youngsters and experienced players gelling in. The chemistry, you can see the chemistry between the players. If one is missing, and it doesn't affect the whole team because the other ones that are sitting on the bench, they know exactly what to do. You need to have a competition between the players. Your first team and your bench need to compete with themselves. The bench must say, if we get a chance, I'm taking that spot. The first team must be, I don't want to lose focus, otherwise I'm going to be replaced. So for me, Real Madrid, it's the team to beat this year. I think they're still contenders for the Champions League. Let me know in the comment section which team is your favorite for this year's Champions League. Remember, don't forget to like on the video and remember to subscribe as well. On Wednesday, we've got Club Brugge versus FC Porto, an interesting game as well. Inter Milan versus Victoria Plazen, Ajax versus Liverpool, Atletico Madrid versus Bayern Leverkusen, Barcelona versus Bayern Munich. And final for Barcelona, because if they fail to win this game, they're out. They're going join Arena, go Europa League. So Xavi needs to bring on his A game, and they need to beat a Bayern Munich team that they haven't beaten in a while now. Remember the 8 goal embarrassment for Barcelona. They haven't beaten Bayern Munich in a while. So Xavi and his troops needs to be on their A game for them to beat this Bayern Munich team. And Bayern Munich at the moment, they're flying high. Sadio Mane is scoring, Sane as well. It's going to be a great game on Wednesday. One to watch for as well. Frankfurt versus Marseille, Napoli versus Rangers, and Tottenham versus Sporting Lisbon. Will Conte's men be able to bounce back after 2 defeats to beat Sporting and get all 3 points in the Champions League? We'll see what happens on Wednesday. So yeah, great games ahead for this midweek Champions League. Remember, we're 4 weeks away from the World Cup, so games are coming thick and fast. I think we left it about, for each team, especially in the EPL, we left about 5 games before we take that international break at the World Cup. So we'll see how we pan out. On Thursday, Manchester United is playing against. Again, they're playing against. United's playing on Thursday as well. So we'll see. We'll see how it pans out, and we'll meet again. Till we meet again, we'll meet again on Friday or Saturday morning when we do the review show and preview show as well, just to check out what really happened over the midweek and what's going to happen over the weekend. Remember, we are building up to the Soweto Derby. Kaizer Chiefs versus Orlando Pirates, Saturday, FNB Stadium. So yeah, until we meet again, remember, prevention is better than cure. Don't risk it unless it's worth it. I'm out.